guys, it's the RC Genius. Today I have the RealFlight 6.5 flight simulator for RC planes. This is the older version. They've made newer versions. I've had this one for a while, but today I'm going to do a video of it flying, how it works. Not really a review of it, but just showing you how it works and what you can do with it. This is the box. It comes with everything you should need to get started. It has the remote, which if I compare an actual plane remote, they both are pretty much the same, except this simulator remote has a reset button and some scrolling button options as well for selecting items on the game. Well, it's not a game, the simulator. This one came with an expansion pack for airplanes and helicopters. It comes with quite a few, over 130 different types of airplanes, and it's all listed on the side. I'll show you guys what really is in the simulator, on my version at least. It comes with that CD over there, and that's pretty much it. It's just a USB. You plug it into a computer. I just plug it into a PC. So I think it can work on like an Apple computer or something like that, but I haven't tried it. So we will hook this up, and I will set the camera up, and we can see how it works. Okay, so that's my computer screen. You guys will be able to hear me, but you won't be able to really see my hands. You won't be able to see the remote moving. However, if you are in the RC hobby, you should really know how to use a remote. But what I'm going to be showing you is like how the simulator performs and basically what it can do, how it's such a good simulator. I've been using this for a long time. Have my own plane, haven't flown it, so I'm planning to do that. But I've been getting plenty of practice in the simulation environment that this has. So what you have to do is, once you've downloaded the application, then what you do is you're going to click on the little icon that's up there. You can see my hand because I'm standing behind the camera. The icon's going to be up there, so I'm just going to click on it. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. You just double click on it, and then you just click on Run RealFlight. So then once this loads, you can pick really any airport that you want. It will have a list. You guys will be able to see it in just a minute. And you'll also be able to see all the planes that are there. It's pretty cool. It's a very cool simulator. In the bottom corner, the bottom right corner, you can see there's actually a remote. That is actually a image of what I am doing on my remote. It's a digital image. I didn't put that there. It's just there. You can take it off if you wanted to, but that's going to be a good helper for you guys to see what I'm doing with the remote. The top right corner, you won't be able to see it very well, but that says your airspeed, altitude, how much fuel you have, stuff like that. And then in the top left corner, there will be a pair of binoculars that you can see the plane up close, no matter how far away it is. So I'm going to go ahead and hit fly, just like that, and now we have this big airplane. Now I don't know if you'll be able to hear the simulator, but there's really nothing much to hear except for an airplane noise. So this is the list of like airplanes. There's a lot of them. I don't know exactly how many I have, but there's quite a few. I'm going to go ahead and fly for my first plane. I'm going to fly the one that I actually own, which is the P-51 Mustang. It's been in a couple of my videos. So I'm going to pick that airplane. So you can see that airplane right there. Now, in the bottom right corner, you'll be able to see what I'm doing with the remote. So right now you can see I'm moving the right stick to the left and right. That will be your ailerons. Those are your elevators, rudder, and your throttle. Now this is a gas plane. My plane's an electric, but it doesn't matter. You also have several switches on the remote. So the top right switch will be the landing gear, which I can put up and down. The dial is for flaps, so I can turn the flaps off. I have dual rates, which is the first switch on the left. and then the switch all the way on the left would be another option. So in this case, it's opening up the cockpit if you wanted to open that up, and also smoke. You can also put some smoke in there. So those are just some of the things that can happen. Now on the keyboard, there's also several things you can do on the keyboard. Spacebar is reset the airplane. There's also a reset button on the remote. If you hit the letter F on the keyboard, that will give you a flight failure scenario. So that could lock up a servo, that could kill your engine, that could give you interference with your remote in your plane. Doesn't really matter. It could be anything, really. It's random. Hitting K will kill the engine, or kill one of multiple engines. If you hit the page up or page down buttons, that will increase or decrease the wind speed. You can put turbulence, you can put a ton of stuff. This isn't a review, it's just showing you how it works. So if you get it, you can look at the manual, it says it all there. But we're going to fly a little bit. This map, as you can see, it looks extremely realistic. That's because it's actually a picture that people took for this simulator. It's a panoramic view. The trees in the background, you can actually hit those trees and you will crash. There's a lot of things that can happen. Now there's other maps on here that you can also go on, and I'll show you one of those in a minute. After I fly on this one of those maps would allow you to sit inside the cockpit, have a camera view on the tail of the plane or the wing. Alright, so let's take off. I'm going to give it a little bit of gas to start with, and then we'll just run on the runway and lift off. I'm going to go ahead and show you those binoculars right there in the top left, and let's go. Well, a little bit of a touch and go there for some reason. Oh, because my flaps were down, that's why. Okay, and now we were just flying. So I'll bring the plane a little bit closer to me so you can see it. We're going 115 miles an hour. There's the plane. Now, something I can do is I can hit F on the keyboard for a flight failure. So on the bottom left of the screen, you'll be able to see a message that says what happened. So let's see what's going to happen. And it says my radios experience interference. So if you just saw the airplane just kind of do a little flip there, just like that, oh, now my plane just crashed because I had interference. So this is actually a great simulator for real life cases that could happen, getting interference, your radio loses signal, stuff like that. These all can happen in the simulator and in real life. Now if I go to the menu and I scroll down to the runway icon, I can go and I can look at any of these airports. And there's quite a few. There's not nearly as many airports as there are airplanes and helicopters. However, there's some pretty good ones. And I'm going to go ahead and choose the flight school scene. So this one will be able to go inside the plane and be able to fly pretty much as far as we want, and then we can do a scenario at the same time. So I can go inside the cockpit, I can go in front, I can go on the tail, I can go on the wing, I can also go in the nose, and I can go a chase view. I personally like the tail a lot, so I'm going to scroll that out just a little bit. Now you can see a good image of the plane. So you have the left and right ailerons, you have the flaps you can see going up and down there using my dial. If you want to see what I'm doing with the remote, I know you can't see it on the camera, however there is the image on the bottom right that you can see what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and take off now with ourselves being on board the plane. Okay, now you can see below the plane, landing gears going up. I still have the binoculars set up. And we're going to do a little bit of a backflip there, that's alright. Now, different planes will have different points of view. So, if you're flying a helicopter, there could be a different point of view. If you're flying a different plane, there could be less points of view. I mean, it depends on what plane you have and also what version of this simulator you have. This one's an older version, but it still has a lot to offer in it, so it's pretty nice. Alright, let's do a failure. So, I'm going to hit F now. Okay, aileron servo is stuck. You can see in the bottom right, I'm trying to steer, but nothing is happening because the aileron servo is stuck. So what do we do to get out of this? We can still use our rudder, and we can use our elevators, and now, using our rudder, we are able to still turn around and hopefully make a landing. Now let's go ahead and kill the engine. I just hit K. You can kind of hear now that there is no propeller, and you can see that the propeller has stopped. Put those flaps down, and once again a touch and go there, and we lost a wing. However, you can kind of get the point that that is a scenario that could happen. Now let's try one different plane. I don't want this video to be too long, but I want to be able to show you a little bit more. Let's try the fastest plane on here, the X-29. This is a jet. Now, like I said, this one is a different plane, so it could have different points of view. This one only has 3 points of view. It has the first person, which would be you standing in the airfield flying it. Then it has the nose and the chase. I'm going to go ahead and do the nose position. Or no, let's do the chase. Let's do the chase. This plane is extremely fast. Landing gear is going up. Right now I'm going 245, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. Coming back down, 300 miles an hour. This plane is wicked fast. Okay, now if we want to bring it in for a landing, we're going to put our landing gear. Now let's kill our engine. Or no, let's do a failure. Let's do a failure. Radio is having range problems. Okay, I am pretty much screwed now. I am very far away, I'm very fast, and the plane is now gone. You can see I am moving those 2 sticks on the remote any direction and nothing is happening. The plane is just going down, and that's it. When you have range problems, you're not going to get out of it very easily. So, that's pretty much the simulator. You can get this simulator pretty much at most hobby stores. I've seen it at lots of them. It's very nice to have when you're trying to learn to fly. You can fly helicopters as well. Let me see if I've got here. Try to fly this one. It does teach you that you have to have the idle up and stuff like that for the helicopter to be able to fly, stuff like that. It teaches you a lot, and you get to practice at home without having to damage your vehicle. There's an inside cockpit view of the helicopter. And actually, I didn't show you how to do the wind. If I do wind and I hit page up, there is now 50 miles an hour of wind, and it goes up to about 50 miles an hour, that's it. So, you can take that up or down, either way, you can do that. And then, let's do a scenario with the helicopter. The engine just died. Great. So let's try to land this helicopter a little. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay, I think we're going down. Yep, we pretty much just went down. Let's see. No, actually, the helicopter's not that bad. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at what the simulator does. It's very fun to have. It's something great that teaches you how to fly. I'm going to go ahead and mess around with this a little more. Maybe I'll do a couple more videos of this simulator if you guys would like to see it. So comment down below what you want to see with this simulator. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on the RC Genius.